It's IBC 2025. We are at Telycam booth hall 11B01. I'm very glad to be joined by Miguel and Roberto from NDI team, and we can discuss about the latest NDI 6.2 SDK release and also the future of NDI. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah. Okay, so there are some questions that our team or maybe more users in general will have. So we'd like to know what are the new features or key improvements the NDI 6.2 that Telycam or other NDI users can take advantage of.
Okay, starting with the NDI 6.2, we are adding a layer of control of NDI device. The reason is mainly because the actual solution for discovery and management of device is on the receiver side.
Yeah.
But when you start having thousands of sender and receiver in your network, you struggle managing a high volume of device. And so we decided to add a layer of control. So an application can overview and manage endpoint.
Yeah.
But in the future will be not only related to interconnect endpoint, but will be even retrieving information about format, etc., etc. So being able to know the compatibility between endpoint and the negotiation between endpoint before starting the physical connection.
So right now the 6.2 the discovery function can monitor the receiver.
Yeah. In the next version we will add the transmitter monitoring and control.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 6.3.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
And so what's the key pain points that the 6.2 trying to solve?
Yeah. As I said, when you have thousands of sender and receiver, is becoming complex for the user manage the interconnection between the device. This is the first point. The second point is I want to know before establishing the connection if the endpoints are compatible. For example, the sender is supporting only SpeedHQ and the receiver is only supporting HX. And so I want to have a layer of control and information where I know if the endpoints are compatible. Then there are many other aspects related to, for example, how many audio channels is sending a device, if the resolution, the frame rate, etc., etc. So we want to solve not only the control, but even the sharing the information about all the single device in the network.
Sure. For the NDI 6.2, is there any specific hardware or bandwidth requirements that the users need to have?
No. So we built 6.2 with that in mind. And basically anyone that has already adopted NDI on the software or hardware side can adopt 6.2 without any major issues.
So that's easier for the users. They just upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. So they can keep the same device they already bought or the same software rights. Then there is either a software update or a firmware update, and they are just on 6.2.
That's great. And so what about the future of NDI? How is NDI shaping the future for like broadcasting or production in general?
So I think both of us can actually answer this, but I will start. I think it's making it way more flexible. It's allowing for new types of storytelling, right? So for example, if you think about it, there are already a few Wi-Fi enabled cameras in the market with NDI that allows you a lot more freedom, right? Because NDI is supported on the hardware and on the software side, way less cables, way less converters, and so on. So you can actually not only decrease costs, but move costs to other things, right? And apply it to more creative endeavors, let's say. I don't know if you have anything to add.
Well, as I usually used to say, I would like to use NDI to turn on my coffee machine. But, I mean, seriously, NDI is not only video over IP. We should always take in account that it's audio and it's metadata.
Yeah.
So there's a huge amount of use case where we want to improve the user experience with NDI because of that. So this is basically the vision.
So you are seeing NDI not only as an AV over IP to send the video audio source via network. It's an ecosystem.
Right, it's a connectivity technology. We like to say that, no?
Yeah.
And so when you establish the connection between devices, you can do so many things other than video. No?
I think a good example is like we are seeing NDI being applied to lighting products,
Okay. Oh,
right?
yes.
Where the only thing it's doing is sending metadata in and receiving metadata to turn on and off or change color and so on. So that's already happening in broadcast, right? That's another way where we are helping more flexibility and reshaping really how things are done.
Okay, so is there any like emerging industries that you see a great potential for NDI to be deployed?
Oh, definitely. First of all, like I think NDI will always be a content creation tool, right? No matter which other industries we grow into. And so, like right now, we are seeing content creators at home using NDI, right? There are a bunch of new partners that we announced in the last few months that their target is that, right? It's not like big broadcast productions.
Yeah.
However, we are seeing mostly growth outside of those areas, growth in the Pro AV signal distribution market,
Yeah.
right? So it's really good that Zoom supports NDI, Microsoft also supports NDI, and a few others. And we are seeing that like a lot of our partners are building now also devices to those markets, and we are seeing more and more demand there. We are also seeing growth in the medical field, so using NDI for devices that are used to capture video in operating rooms.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would say like the Pro AV signal distribution market is growing a lot. We're also seeing NDI now reaching, so the same tools used by big broadcasters are also being used by people at home to build their content, including podcasting, so audio-only workflows, for example.
Great to hear that. And we are very excited that we are announcing the 6.2 firmware support in our Vision and Explore series. And users can just download the firmware to upgrade their current device. Yeah, and we are looking forward to the future collaboration with NDI team.
Same for us.
Thanks.
Exact same for us, and thank you for keeping adopting NDI and the new versions. And I have to say that Telycam is one of the partners that's always the fastest one of the fastest ones to adopt the latest version. And so thank you for that.
Thank you. Don't forget to comment, subscribe our channel.